Hey everybody, what's going on with you tonight? So, before I get going on this, anybody out there super techie? Okay, you remember one of that posts out there? I got a little grief about that, super techie, but I need a super techie Apple person because no matter how much storage I think I delete or make room for, apparently I'm not making enough room. And I try to do a video and it just doesn't have enough room. Not enough storage, whatever. So I could use your assistance. Message me about that. On more important matters today, combining day 8 of the mobility overhaul with random performance tip number 31. So today, 3 areas we're going over. One is the overhead position, overhead archetype. Okay, I'm going to do a mobilization with that. So for that, I'm just going to use my driver. It's a long enough club to get in the position I'm going to be getting in tonight. So if you have PVC pipe, something like that, just a long pole that you can use. It's not too heavy, very light. Whatever's going to work for that. Okay, that's number one. Number two is our pain point. So addressing the low back issue, we're going to do some tissue release and smash for the quads and also for hamstrings. I'll show you those for the thighs. And the body map part for the day is our arms. So I'm going to be using mainly this. It's a handheld massage stick, not really a foam roller, but you can get them online, 10-15 bucks off Amazon. I've just had this thing for a while. It's got a bunch of little plastic rolly thingamabobbers on it with a nice little handle on it. Okay, flexible. So snag you up one of those and you can use them all the time. First up is our overhead archetype, doing anything overhead, whether that's Olympic lifting or you're just doing some handstands, pressing up overhead, whatever it is. We're going to do some pass-throughs with the driver here. So I'm going to show you from a kneeling position, but you should do this standing. And taking it straight up overhead, tap the back. Just taking it wide and back around. So don't force this one, okay? If you're getting like to here and you're like super arching the back and arms are bending, we're kind of losing it, right? So only go back as far as you can go comfortably without the head muscling forward or this big arch in the low back, okay? So that's what I want you to focus on with that, is just getting wide, nice, kind of stretch that, keep that loose. Another thing we can do is kind of halos, some people call them. So it's just bicep brushing the ear as you go around. And then you'll bring it back to the other side. And just switching it back and forth, getting just max range of motion in there. Megan needs to learn what "don't throw the baby out with the bathwater" means. She's never heard that one, so anybody else who has never heard of that phrase, "don't throw the baby out with the bathwater," you two can become instant friends. So back to this. Again, just a few each side, maybe 8 to 10. Just keeping it loose on that, not trying to force any ranges of motion there. So on to the pain area for the day with a stick. If you don't have one of these, that's okay. You can do this laying down on the ground, or you can also use a barbell. Same thing. So for the quads, you would be kind of holding the barbell like I'm going to show you. For the hamstrings, you can keep it on the rack, or you can put a few bumper plates on the side and just kind of sit on it like you're rolling out your hamstrings. So Connor, Amanda, Dakota, Clint, thank y'all for checking in with me tonight. I appreciate that. So for this one, just rolling out back and forth. So you really want to focus on all areas of the quad. So not just straight up and down. So from the hip all the way down to the knee, working the sides as well. So when you find a spot on there, hold on, extend out. Okay, get that extra motion in. And you can do the exact same thing for the hamstrings. You're rolling out here, and you find a spot and release. So even for the hamstrings, working from the back of the knee up high, right below the glutes, right below the butt. So if you've got, you can do that with a foam roller on the ground too. You're laying down, and then you just curl and extend the knee while you're rolling out the hamstrings or the glutes. That's a couple different options. A handheld one, using a foam roller while you're on the ground, or using a barbell. Okay. And last one is body map. Today's the arm, or kind of this upper arm here. Again, you can use barbell, use foam roller, use a handheld roller. I'm going to wedge said roller into the edge of my bed here, but if you're at the gym, you know, find a corner that you can put it on. Just find a place where it's going to be sturdy, that it's not really going to move a lot. So you get that wedged in there from the triceps here mainly, okay? Working from the elbow, tip of the elbow, all the way up underneath the armpits as you work through. Here. And then same thing as with the leg. Extend out at the elbow. Okay, get the wrist turning, hand turning up and down as you find those spots. And again, you're not just working straight up and down, okay? You're trying to get some of the outside, some of the inside, all the way back and forth. And again, you can do this exact same setup with bicep. Curling in on a spot. Like for me, right in there's a good one. You can do little pulses in on those spots. Okay, so spending, you know, a couple minutes on each side, really focusing in on certain spots that you're going to find. Everybody's different. You're not going to, two people may not have the exact same spot, which is fine. So a couple minutes each spot, each arm, each leg. And again, you can do those little pulses, that same movement with the thighs when you're doing it with handheld, foam roller, barbell, whatever you're doing for the quads or hamstrings. When you add in that curl or that extension, then just find that spot and just little pulses right on that area, wherever that is for you. Okay, so that is your random performance mobility overhaul for the day. And thank y'all for checking in. Wes, Haley, thanks for stopping in tonight. And I appreciate you guys. Let me know what you thought of the video today. Any of the other ones I've been putting up lately, would love some feedback on that. Anything else you guys like to hear about in the future. Liz, I got you a girl on that anterior pelvic tilt stuff you were messaging me about. We'll try to get a little bit deeper into what's going on with said client. So, alrighty, have a great evening. Go Giants, baby. Ow! 2017 World Series champs!